Hello and welcome to another fun-filled knife adventure. Hooray! Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Miguron knives Geddon with their PVD coating. I misspoke last video about the Arma XL and said DLC when I meant PVD. Um, there is a little difference between the two. They're handled in the same process, but they are a little different. So let's get right into this one and see what it's talking about. We will open it with the Arma XL from the last video. And I assume it will have the same accoutrement inside it. Same little towel. Uh, Same couple of cards. And the knife and the desiccant. All right. Let's start off by wiping it off the same way we did with the Arma, just to make sure that we get all the oils off. Give it a good wipe down. Put all this stuff back in the box and get it out of the way. And get this knife open and look at it. All right, hollow grind on this one. Um, we will compare it with the Arma XL here in a moment. This knife is a beefy boy, as you can see. Very good lines on it. Very pretty knife. It's a big knife. Not sure which one weighs more. We will figure that out here in a minute. I know this one is, I believe, a little longer than the Arma XL. We will also check that out. Lockup seems solid both directions. Can't help but drop shut with that blade weight. Lockup, like I said, with the blade being so thick, it looks like it's maybe 10% at most, but that's plenty. When you get that thick, talking about 10%. Nice back spacer with a lanyard hole for you lanyard lovers. Big beefy stop pin. Very cool milling on the scales. More of a checkerboard pattern than just lines, like on the Arma XL. Let's get right into the weight of this big puppy. It weighs 11.3 ounces, which lets me know it also has some internal milling. The Arma XL weighed 11.7. Let's get some measurements on it. Overall length, we have got a little less than 9 1/4. Pretty close to 9 1/4 though. Blade length, 4 1/4. And then cutting edge, 3.9 maybe. Super cool looking knife. Let's do a couple of width measurements on the scales. Zero that out. Scales themselves, the widest point are 0.8175, with the clip at the widest point 0.976. The width of the blade up here by the jimping is 0.3225. Right in front of the thumb studs, 0.3175. And then it gets down to behind the edge about 0.035. Let's see. Move it a little closer to the edge. 0.029, right behind the edge. It does have big pockets milled out of the inside, which helps with the weight reduction on it. The PMP Alpha Beast, which this kind of looks a little like, has a weight of like 17 ounces. So this is 6 ounces lighter, which is half the weight of the knife, less than the PMP Alpha Beast. So as far as carrying it, it's going to be heavy, but it's not unmanageable. Let's do a few size comparisons, starting off with the Arma XL. And you can see it is probably just a hair bit longer with the curve of they're really close to the same length. The Arma looks like it's a little wider, top to bottom. Might as well start with another big Miguron, which is the Prayer. So there's another one. Let me see here. Let me make sure we're good to go. Yes, we are. Next, we will compare it to a couple more knives. This is the Kaiser GPB1, John Gray design. You can see it's quite a bit bigger than that. Then this is the original Arma, not the XL. And then we got the Vero Nova. You can see it's quite a bit bigger than the Nova. And we have the Griffin Scout. This is the largest version of the Scout. I know the 3.5 or a 4. I can't remember which one it is, but it's the largest of the Griffin Scout. The naming conventions, I believe they keep them pretty standard with I think it's a 3.5, but it might be the 4.5, but that would mean it was 4. I don't know. Anyway, you can see the size difference. Then we have the Kunwu Django XL. See, it's quite a bit bigger than even the Django XL. Couple of just standard knives that everybody checks size by, the PM2 and the PM3. So as you can see, it is a big boy. Yes, let's see if it came sharp. I'm going to give it a couple of stroppings real quick just to give it a fighting chance. I noticed with the XL that it was needed just a couple of quick 3 stroppings. Wipe that blade off. Get a fresh piece of paper here. See if she is sharp. Yes. Back to the front. Seems very good and sharp for a blade to be that thick and that sharp out of the box. It's a good sign. I'm curious to see how well this PVD coating holds up. I guess only time will tell. But that is plenty sharp for out of the box. Let's take a look really quick at their website. The price on it at the moment is $359. I believe the Arma XL was $349. Looks like they have 60 of them available right now. Says 4.13-inch M390 hand hollow ground rubbed with DLC. Oh, this is DLC. DLC satin blade gray PVD. Which one is it? DLC or PVD? They just throw a bunch of terms in on Chinese knives. They all kind of flow together. So I'm not really sure. Uh, my guess would be that it is PVD, but I guess someone more experienced in testing that would be able to tell me. Says the overall length is 9.29. I don't believe I got that. I don't believe I even got 9 1/4, but I think I got close to 9 1/4. Yeah, 9 1/4 is right there. I'm not losing my mind. And it is not quite 9 1/4, so that is off a little. The 4.13 on the blade, I did get a little like 4 1/8, maybe. So that's about right. Blade thickness, I believe, was pretty close to that. It might have been a little thicker, actually, 0.38, I believe. It is M390, the drop point. Hand hollow ground, hand rub satin with DLC. Aha, the PVD is on the handles. So it is DLC coating. So I did say that right in my Arma XL video. So it is both. So their description, which this being coated also is going to mean that the handles are going to hold up just as well as the blade. I just got this knife and don't really want to take something metal like a key and scratch this to test it. I will leave that for someone else with more money. And you couldn't see what I was just doing when I was talking about the fact that this was PVD and that the blade was DLC. Me saying that this would hold up and me talking about scratching the blade while I was touching it. You couldn't see that either, but you can see the nice satin lines on the hollow grind there. Super cool looking knife. You can open it with the thumb stud. Let's see, reverse flick off of the choil. The fuller type slot there. It's not really a fuller. It's more of a blade window that didn't go all the way through. But you can reverse flick off of it very easily. Like I said, everything feels really solid. I would hope so with a tank of a knife like this. I really do like the manufacturing that Miguron has done recently. I'm impressed with a lot of their knives. I believe I've got maybe 10, 12 of their knives now. They're getting really good at the milling and some very interesting knives coming out of there. Appreciate you being with me today. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this unboxing and review. Tell your friends about me. You could be spending your time anywhere, but you're here checking out this knife with me, and I appreciate it. More unboxings coming soon, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks.